Well, hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday night. I'm Tia Knapp, and I'm thrilled to pieces to be here. And I'm really, really grateful that all of you are joining us as well. And with me today, I have my dear friend and my spiritual mentor, Dr. Michael Gross.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Michael has a powerful message to share tonight. So I will just briefly let everyone know that I'll put all his contact information in the comments so that you'll be able to connect with him at your leisure. And Michael is the author of The Spiritual Primer, applying God's 12 transformational laws to reawaken your soul by reconnecting to God, the true source, to experience your true source's love, joy, and happiness. He has a plethora of knowledge. He's been in the field of spiritual mentoring and spirit in the whole spiritual world. He knows so many things. I won't go into detail on that. I encourage you to go to his website, which will also be listed in the comments. We are only half an hour. If you have questions, put them in the comments, and we'll make sure that Michael addresses them before we end the session tonight, okay? So for now, I'm just going to turn it over to Michael, and take it away, Michael.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. There's so much going on in the world right now, and you're kind of wondering, where do I fit? How do I work within the frame of all the chaos that's going on? How's it going to affect me and my family? What's my direction in life? Where am I going? And you're probably also asking yourself, how are you going to survive and get through all this? And then you're wondering, with all the press that's coming through, no matter what country you are residing in, a lot of it's negative. So I thought I'd talk this evening about your path in life and some powerful hints. One of the most powerful hints I can give you is shut off the news. You know, Tio and I were talking, and years ago, they had so many good newscasters who would give you the news, maybe a slight little bias, but they were really open. They expressed the pros and cons. Now, really, we don't get the news. They call it the news, but it's really somebody's opinion, which I am fine with if you say it's your opinion and not use it as a news. And so many of the newscasters, what they do is they turn around and take excerpts that make a person look positive or negative. And then you have the evening comedians, and they all do a little monologue about the President of the United States. Now, I'm being apolitical here, which means being neutral. And I remember Johnny Carson, they were interviewing him. And they said, why don't you talk about something political? And he said, we're entertainers. We're not here to be political. We're here to entertain and have fun. We're here to take away all the pains and emotions and feelings of what's going on in the world. And it's an hour, 2 hours of laughter and joy and happiness. And it's so beautiful. You know, I spend a little time before I go to sleep and I watch a little bit of a show and Rodney Dangerfield and a lot of other comedians, and I just laugh. And that's what's so important. We need to change our focus from fear and anxiety and hate and insecurities. I had one client said she hated a political figure, and I said to her, you know, don't ever hate anyone. You can dislike them. You can say you're unhappy with them, but never, ever say I hate someone. Because what you don't realize is you're setting up a vibration and energy. And that vibration and energy is the lowest or one of the lowest you can find. And I want you to think about everything you do. I call about the law of right action and correct exchange. It comes back to you. You know, if you were lying to people and stealing or whatever you did, and I'm sure none of you do that, it comes back to you, law of karma, which is right action and correct exchange. And I thought I'd just use an example. And the example I'm using this evening is you go to a wishing well or a pond and you throw a little pebble in it, and you see these concentric circles. Well, that's your thoughts. It's going way out there. And then when it reaches the bank or the end of the wishing well, watch it. And underneath those concentric circles, go back to the point where you threw in the pebble. Well, that's you. If you're sending out your path in life, anger, frustration, and hate, guaranteed it's going to come back to you. If you're sending out joy, happiness, and love, guaranteed it will come back to you. Sometimes not instantaneous, but it will come back to you. More importantly, you need to look at your life. And in looking at your life, you need to say, what have I created? And I would like to warn and also compliment everybody about what you've created in your life. You have created everything in your life. There's no such things as victims. You create everything. It's awfully easy to say, I'm innocent, I'm a victim. One of the things, when I talk to people and I make a suggestion, and then I get an excuse why they did that. And it's like, you don't owe me any answers. I'm just pointing something out to change your life, to enhance your life. And the others are doing it. I remember one was an expert on some of the state laws, and she was explaining something to him, and he was giving all this kind of excuses why he messed up. And I turned to him later and said, "Why are you defending yourself? You screwed up, so don't defend it. Say thank you for the suggestions. If you want to follow through, do. You don't, you don't. But just thank them." You see, part of the universal law says, whatever you give thanks for, you get more of. And I've talked about this before. But more importantly, I would like everybody to stop and think, what do I desire to create in my life right now? Many souls said, more money, more money, more money. Others will say relationships, and others say a myriad of things. But you know what the most important is? Perfect health. All the money in the world, Steve Jobs pointed out, can't buy perfect health. So you want perfect health, but what does perfect health mean? It means you're in harmony and balance with your body. And then when you're in harmony and balance with your body, what are you attracting? Perfect health. The right foods, the right situations. But also when we talk about the perfect health, it's the right situations where you're surrounded with positive people who are loving and caring. And one of the things we happen to do, we'll chase somebody if somebody criticizes us. You know what the perfect answer is? Oh, thank you for your suggestion. And that's it. Don't argue with them because they're not going to listen to you. You have that right and free will. Does that apply to me? Is there something I need to learn? Or thank you and just move on. The reason I'm spending a little time and talking about this is that everyone is at a point in their life right now, this moment, energetically wise on this planet, we have to make a choice. And what our choices are: anger, frustration, hate, jealousy, insecurity, loss, or feeling that you're unworthy. I talked about this before. Talk about unconditional love, allowingness, and non-judgmentalness. Talk about self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem. And why do we look for any self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem from somebody else? The old saying, don't make a comment until you walked a mile in their moccasins, an old Indian saying, or something similar. What I'm saying to all of you now is that over the energy of the next couple of years, there's going to be chaos. But you can be the observer or the participant. What do you desire to be? Either the observer or participant. And that's what I'd like you all to think about when we're through with this podcast. All answers lie within. an old cliche. And creativity is always yours. You always have the solution. You may not like the solution. You may say, my way, the highway. But no matter what happens, you lose your job, you have spousal problems, child problems, or whatever, there's always, always a solution. So that begs the question, well, if there's a solution, how come I can't find it? Stop for a minute and stop looking. It comes to you. Well, how does it come to you? Your soul always knows what's best for you. And then I get, well, I'm listening, nothing happening, nothing's happening. Of course there's nothing happening. Because one of two reasons. You're not really listening. You're just merely impatient. Where's it coming? I haven't heard anything. Nothing's happened. Where's it coming? But we get messages in different ways. In our sleep, in our dreams. Someone will walk up to you and say something. I know when I was moving out here, and I saw double and triple rainbows, and I was leaving Boston, and I don't know where I was, somewhere in the Midwest. Wow, these are positive signs that I'm doing the right thing. I only knew one person in the state. It was a leap of faith, and it turned out well. But it's so important in your path. So always say, I don't know what the solution is, but I know I'm going to receive it when the time is right. I'll hear it, sense it, feel it, see it, or know it. Or just say the perfect keyword solution will come to me. Word perfect. It's all encompassing. Your soul knows what's perfect for you. You know, I as I walk around, as I go to stores, I watch people that are on crutches or wheelchairs or other walkers or whatever. And I think to myself, why? Now, there are physiological problems, but you created the physiological problems. And anything you create, you can uncreate. It's called reverse engineering. I remember watching on YouTube, there was a couple doing the jitterbug. She was 88 and he was 91 or 92. They were flying all over the place. They were both a little bit overweight. He was taking her in her arms and swishing her to the left and to the right. I said, wow, why? Why? And the most important thing is because he didn't think about aging. He didn't think about being incapacitated. What the mind can conceive, the body will believe. That's so important. But there's the gray area, and that's the subconscious mind. And it says, yeah, I can do this. Well, maybe I can. I can do this. Well, maybe. We all heard about spontaneous healing. People all of a sudden healed. I've seen it happen. And then, this is how powerful your mind is. When they come out with a new drug, they give you a placebo. I call it a sugar pill, what it is. Very small percentage take the placebo and they're healed. Totally healed. But it's a sugar pill. It's your mind. And that's what I'm addressing about your mind and your thoughts is your path in life. Look at everything you created, all the joy, all the happiness, everything you created, and all the challenges. We'll draw the line in the sand and say, I'm done. No more challenges, just joy and happiness. I don't know what's going to bring me joy and happiness, but I'm going to meditate and ask the true source of my soul to present to me joy and happiness. And I don't know what it's going to look like because the true source said to be in control is to be out of control. Well, that's an oxymoron, isn't it? It's really saying, look at the opportunities. It's great. And we go back to when we were a child, the little train that could. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Some of you may have remembered that. Or some of the other wonderful stories. And now, more than ever, this time, as we are speaking in this month of October, 2025, you are now given the opportunity to take command of your life. The vibrations and frequencies of energies are saying, now, no excuses. Do it. There was an expression, I think back in the 80s about the military, be all you can be. And I said, boy, that's so wise. Be all you can be. And part of that means, how do I rebuild your life? And I'd like to all of you to share. How do you rebuild your life? Well, look in the mirror. Who's your greatest competitor? Your ego. Think about that. Your ego is. The acronym is edging God out. Look in the mirror. Who can make yourself younger, healthier, successful? You. Your image of yourself is what you've created in your body. However, reverse engineering is you can uncreate. Well, how do I do that, Michael? Change your thinking, change your life. Another quote from the true source. Think positive. Well, I did it for 3 days and nothing happened. Great. You've been 50 years thinking negative and you want it to happen in 3 days. It can happen in 20 seconds. It can happen in the next lifetime with karma, coming back to learn this all over again. It's really your choice. Stop questioning, stop doubting, and start doing. As the true source said, there is no failure. Think about that. I don't know where that word came from. But as the true source said, you learned what worked and didn't work. How can that be failure? How are you going to learn something? And you know what? Don't look for a complex answer. Look at the simplest answer. I remember something on YouTube and someone said, my mower can't start. I can't start it. And they go back to this guy and he was a little slow. Yep. Unscrews the cap. You need gas. Simple solution. You just ran out of gas. Right away. Well, I'll need a new mower, a new engine, and blah, 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 blah. Look for the simplest answers, because all answers are simple. Who makes it complex? You. So, henceforth, is a true source, which I adopted as a motto. If you don't know where you're going, you can't get lost. That's so important. Stop trying to control and be open to every new experience. Because all know you may have done something again and again. You're always learning something new. That's empowering. Whether you're going to a restaurant or a new dinner, you're having a great conversation. Everyone stay away from political conversations. There was a big rule in business. And the rule is you don't talk about politics, you don't talk about religion. That's the two things you never talk about. And that is so important. So spend a few moments, think about what I'm sharing with you, and meditate. And then you meditate, ask for right action and correct exchange in your life. That's all you need to do. Right action, apply for a job, you get the job. You start some new business or something new, right action, correct exchange, it comes back to you. But let's look at the other side of the coin. If it's not working, bing, 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 there's a hint. You got to try something else. I remember one person that I was helping to sell their house. I may have mentioned this before. I'll pick a number. They wanted $1.3 million for their house. And I think 10 years, 12 years ago, they bought it for 400,000 or 500,000. He said, will you help me sell it? Sure, we'll manifest it. And he said, well, I got to get it sold in 2 months. Good. So I said $1.3 million or the perfect price. So he got an offer for $1,250,000. Cash, closed in 7 days. Cash. Nothing works for me. I wanted $1.3 million and nothing. And he's complaining and moaning and groaning. You made a hell of a profit on it. You're getting cash. You don't have to even do an inspection. What is wrong with you? What it is? He wants to have a pity party. He's just trying to prove to everybody he's a victim. Instead of, wow, great, sold it in less than a week in cash. What a wonderful thing. Didn't even have to do an inspection, although I'm sure it would have passed inspection. We need to give thanks for the little things. because they give big things. We need to laugh more and fun and joy and happiness and dance and sing and walk and spend time in nature. Your path in life, what you do today, what you think today, what you feel today is your tomorrow. So what you're doing or thinking today give birth to your tomorrows. What do you desire to accomplish? What do you want to give birth to? And what is your excuse for shooting yourself in the foot? Don't listen to others in the terms of they're criticizing and judging you. If they make a suggestion, listen to it. See if you can apply to it, but thank them. And whether you choose to follow it or not, that's your choice. But thank them because they mean well. They truly do. They're compassionate. There are others who just like to show everybody they're worldly. You know, I was at a conference and there was a investment advisor, and I go to the conference once a year. And he said, "Hi, Michael." He said, "I'm an investment counselor. I made a lot of money. I see you here. You're a nice guy. If you ever want to invest money, I'll help you. I'll guide you. Won't charge you a penny because I've done really well." And you know what? That's correct exchange because I've helped other people in other areas. It's coming back to me. What a loving, thoughtful thing to do. And it's the kindness in your world, in your life. Because I will tell you, when you birth out, you're going to think, how well did I live? How much love did I spread? And what did I learn? It's so important. I'm just checking the clock and I see we're winding down. So I appreciate all of your comments. And I'd just like to pass on a couple of things before we conclude. The second Saturday of every month, I do a mass consciousness healing. If you went to Facebook, oh my gosh, what people saw and felt and how loving and caring they become. And it's from 9:55 a.m. Pacific time to 11:01 Pacific time, all in the morning. And we do it on freeconferencecall.com. Why don't you try giving up 1 hour and 6 minutes of your time and see how much it makes a difference. Don't make excuses. I'm too busy. I can't do this. I don't have time. So I tell you, if I were to give you a $100 gift certificate, 99% of you would be on. So this way you're giving a gift to the universe. You're sending unconditional healing love to Mother Earth and its inhabitants, which includes you. Right action, correct exchange, the love you're sending out. The transformation has to come back to you. So you give them that information, how they can contact us and be on that mass consciousness healing on the second Saturday of every month.
I'd love to do that, Michael. We also have some comments I'd like to share with you later. Okay. That number is 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
Access code is 125-446#. One more time.
Okay, that's 202-926-1059. And your access code?
125-446#. So I'd like to share something. I had a couple from Dubai, which for them was at 10 o'clock at night or 10:30. And what a wonderful experience they had. So it's a beautiful thing. And they found the time. Well, using the same telephone number and the same area code on Tuesday evenings on freeconferencecall.com, we have what is called Soul Awakening. And the Soul Awakening is you ask any question you so desire. Hopefully I can answer those questions. Even if you're experienced a lot of spiritual things throughout your life, you may have forgotten something, and this is a reminder. You may have learned something new. It's wonderful. It's exciting. It's a lot of fun. And it's the same telephone number, same access code as on the Mass Consciousness Healing. Tio, please give that again.
Absolutely. It's 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125-446#. Also, at the same time, what we do is at the end of the Soul Awakening, I deliver a 10-minute message. There are over 400 of them. I just have a new client. She said, wow, I'm just listening to them. They're so awe-inspiring. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, Tio, give them that information.
That's the recording number.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Michael. I was looking at the comments. The number for the recording is 434-300-4170, and the access code.
Same access code 125-446 #. So when you get on it, it's going to ask you what number, and it starts at number 3 to about 402. Now, some people said to me, well, you don't have them indexed or labeled. And my answer is, you want to read 400 different labels? No, neither do I. And when I made a mistake, True Source said, no, you didn't. Tell them to trust their soul. So whatever works, listen to it. It's all inspiring. I wanted to share that with you. It's really, really important. Also, if you go to Dr. Michael B. Gross YouTube, you can see some beautiful pictures taken, or photography taken by Tio Knapp, an award-winning photographer, and a quote, a little audio version of it talking to you about beautiful things in your life and to enhance your life. And you can also see the podcast. How many years have we been doing this? 3 years?
Oh, no, Michael. It's over 4, close to 5.
All right. So we have at least, let's see, 52 weeks. So we have at least 150 to 200 podcasts. So take some time, treat yourself to knowledge, treat yourself to joy and happiness, treat yourself to learning something new. Get out of the third dimensional world of anger, fear, doubt, hate, insecurity. I mean, it just drives me nuts. As my mother said when I was growing up, you can't say anything good about a person, don't say anything at all. Well, some people have forgotten that, and they're so judgmental, and we have to stop that. So I thought I'd pass that on to you. Also, I offer a complimentary session for new beautiful souls, and Tio has listed the information. It's my private cell, and that's 253-222-1096. Now, I want everybody to know, they call me old-fashioned, antiquated. Yep, call me. Call me, and if I'm tied up, I see that somebody called. And then leave a text. Take that extra step. It only takes 10 or 15 seconds to leave a text, but please leave what area code you're at, what part of the country. I have some people that want to call me. I notice at 5 o'clock in the morning, it's 8 o'clock in Florida. Unless it's an emergency, I'll look at my phone, but unless it's an emergency, I won't take it till I wake up and try to get a hold of them. So I thought I'd share that with you. And I want to share this with you, this wonderful book, Healing the Holes in Your Soul by Tio Knapp. It's all about rebirth, new beginnings. We use the philosophy of the thoughts of the bird, arising from the ashes. It's all up to you, but it's a book of inspiration. It's a book of finding yourself, listening to your soul. And as she says, going from gutter to grace. It's a wonderful book. Read it and realize you become the phoenix. You'll be reborn again with a new life and hope. It's a must read.
Thank you, Michael. That's very kind. I appreciate all the kind words you're saying, but I highly recommend that everybody start with this book, The Spiritual Primer. This is Michael's second edition, and he's got extra golden nuggets tucked into this one that aren't in the first one. And I am honored and blessed that I have both copies. And to me, this is priceless. It saved my life. Michael, you saved my life.
Thank you.
You gave me a new life. You woke up my soul that first day I met you. I cherish the books that you've shared with me. I cherish all the time that we've spent learning and growing on my spiritual journey, and I'm hoping I've maybe helped you grow a little bit too. But more than anything, your 30 plus years has enriched my life with the wisdom that you share. So definitely, everybody, take Michael up on his complimentary consultation. And the only way to get this book right now is to contact one of us, and you will definitely get a signed copy. So on that note, Michael, may we take a couple minutes just to share the comments?
Yes, go ahead. Thank you.
Cool. Okay. The topic, just to refresh everybody, was your path in life. And one of the things that Darshan shared was what we think and feel most about will rapidly come to us with no doubt. Like a moth who is drawn to a flame, attraction and the alignment is the game. And Inga mentioned that she didn't realize that when you send out frustration, you're sending it out to the universe. And of course, that's what you said, Michael, it's going to come back.
Correct.
So let's see what else we've got, because we've got some special guests that showed up here. I'm surprised to see them, and I'm really, really glad that they've popped in. Darshan also said, if we don't go within, we will go without. And again,
Well
you
said.
said, no kidding, when you said all answers lie within. It makes such sense, but sometimes we all have to, stop and remember that. So my friend Larkin also popped in, and she feels like conversations like what you did today, Michael, is incredibly fascinating. So I
Thank you.
encourage Larkin to contact you as well. We've talked over lunch about you. So
Okay.
I'm really glad she's here. And then I believe there was one more comment. Hold on. Okay. She's commenting on the mass consciousness healing, I believe. And she's like, I'm not sure if I can be bribed to attend, but you have to have the want and the desire, and you'll make the time. And that's how viewing changes happens in future paths for a lot of people. They don't know what they're getting into. When I met you, I had no idea what my spiritual journey would end up being like. But everything you've taught me, Michael, the power of the manifestation, the cellular release, when you get down and you realize who you are and all these other things that have been brainwashed and we've been brainwashed by, when we start getting rid of that, that gives us so much more clarity, and everything now comes with a greater understanding. So I highly recommend people take Michael up on his complimentary consultation, and at least give yourself 10 minutes once a day and do a meditation yourself. Michael can guide you on it and help you get started. It's truly the greatest gift that you can give yourself. And I know that you're worth 10 minutes a day for you. Right, Michael?
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I want to thank all of you. Oh, I'm sorry. There's some more.
No, I was just saying, I believe I'm at the end of the comments. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Please share it with others and give us a shout, give us a call, whatever. You can say whatever you so desire. No judgment here. I've learned not to judge. Of course, we are the greatest judge of ourselves, which causes another problem, another block. So what is it? New Testament, judge not lest ye be judged. So don't judge anyone, love everyone. Just remember, we're on our own path. Sometimes it's mountains and valleys, and sometimes it's gentle rolling hills. Well, thank you for joining us, everyone. And remember, you are loved. You are created out of love, by love, from love, and with love. And we love you all. Namaste. Remember, you are unlimited. Take care, everyone.
Love you.
Love you.
Invite your friends next Thursday.